What is up, guys? It's been a hot minute since I've actually posted like a full length video on here, but I just got told today my shutdown I was on was, the rest of it was like, we're done, we're not working any more of it. This last minute job got canceled, so I just decided to go balls out and actually can't see from there, but I got the car lifted up, got the rear wheels lifted because we are throwing in the RSR Lowering Springs. Now let me just get this out there right now. I am not a lowering spring man whatsoever. Like, I'm coilover all day. I'm a do it once, do it right kind of guy basically. Then in my opinion, coilovers are easier because you don't have to buy a spring compressor and do all that crap for it basically. But the suspension, the RSR coilovers, I want that maintain your maintain like your drive modes, like your economy, sport, just how the suspension feels and everything. Only one company, as far as I know, makes it, and it's RSR, and it's called like the I can't remember what it's called, iAdapt or something like that. And those coilovers are like $4,000 Canadian. So like, I don't want to drop $4,000, even though I have a good feeling I might just buy a set over winter and then throw them in the spring. But I went to my local RSR dealer, which is Invision. I'll link their bio in, or their Instagram in the bio or in the description. But yeah, I went in there. They had, like, they always got stock of everything. So I was like, no, what, I'm itching to go in there. I went in there, picked up some springs because the ones I ordered from Right Hand Drive Japan got delayed a few times. So I just said screw it, canceled it, and then went and picked them up locally. And then once I found out I wasn't working night shift anymore, I was like, hey, screw it, we're gonna install these right now. It's funny, little jobs like this, so like, where it's really not that big of a deal, but then you realize, like, right as I was getting to get ready to do, or like kind of like get everything together to start doing this job, I realized when I bought this car, they didn't give me a damn lug key. So I had to go to like my local Canadian Tire, and after like going through 3 different ones, I finally found one that fits, which oddly enough on an FK8, it's like the random 6-point or 7-point. It's the SUV size, not the car one, because car one's too small. So, and then I find out once I have everything, I get the car lifted, and I start to take the wheels off. I go to put the lug key on. It's a 21 mil or 13/16 socket, and my impact socket kit only goes to 19 mil. So that was a learning curve as well. So I had to take my wheels off with a ratchet, like I always have to. I thought I was past that, but I guess not. I gotta order some more sockets off Amazon, I guess, or something. But yeah, anyways, let's just get into it. So we're gonna do the rears first because the rears are stupid easy. Let's see if I can use my iPhone. Like, okay, so luckily for the FK, it's just that bolt there, and then there's that sway bar end link bolts just right there. You take those out, drop it down, the whole control arm just drops down like this. You pop the little spring out, put the new spring in, transfer the little rubber isolators, and then bam, jack it up with the jack, connect the bolts back in, you're done that side. The fronts on the car are just like a basic spring install anyways, but it's a little bit more complicated since you have to drop the control arm a little bit. But I found a way this guy was able to just he just loosened off 2 of the bolts to get enough movement to get it out, but then it looked like he still struggled, so I might just drop it anyways and throw it in. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna start doing the rears, and yeah, wish me luck. So I tried getting like light and stuff like that so I could like show you what I was doing, but I'm not really set up for that yet. So like, it was literally just a 17 and which was weird, the end link was a 13 mil. Pop those out, literally just put your foot down on the control arm, just falls out, and it was actually super simple. So now here's a comparison. Here's the stock one with like obviously the isolators and everything, and then we have the RSR one. And yeah, flame me in the comments on how dear my workspace is. I know I really gotta clean this up and like, get myself a proper workbench here. But yeah, that should give us a nice drop, and then basically we're just transferring these over and then popping the one back in. We'll be doing the other side. All right, so rears are done. Obviously can't tell you because everything's up in the car still, but super straightforward, easy install. Literally 2 bolts, drop it down, like the whole control arm just comes down like this. Replace the rubber arms and everything like that, and then slap it back up, jack it up, and put the bolts in. It's pretty easy. Now, what I've been kind of dreading is the front. I can't really see anything, but I'm going to start on this one, and hopefully it doesn't give me too much grief.
2 hours later.
Okay, so the back two, easy. Anyone with a basic socket set and a jack can do it. It took me like 20 minutes to get both done. The fronts was an absolute nightmare. And I think it's only a nightmare simply because I have a bunch of reinforcement bars that came with the car, chassis bracing and everything underneath the car. And if I was able to just basically just pop the clips out, pull it under tray out, this would have been a million times easier, but I don't have a full lift to actually pull the chassis bracing out, so I got to trim the under tray just a little bit just so I get access to loosen up the other 19 on that lower control arm. And then I've been on this one thing for like an hour and a half just trying to get it out, but I watched like 30 tutorials how to do it, and it does come out eventually, but man, what a battle. Now, hopefully with my knowledge, I can get the passenger one done, and then I'm hoping I get this all buttoned up by midnight so I can get a decent sleep. But yeah, stay tuned for that. All right, here's a side-by-side comparison of the RSR and the factory one. RSR has a little bit more coilage in it, but I imagine it's just for whatever it is they do to have a smooth ride. Now let's hope I can get this one in easier than it came out. Well, car's looking real good already. I'm not ashamed to admit defeat, but I did 3 out of 4. I did the rear 2, the front driver, but that thing was a nightmare. I was thinking since it's the same suspension setup that my BMW had, where like it slips into the knuckle and you just pop it out basically, oh, this won't be so bad basically. Except I wasn't taking into account when my BMW didn't have front axles to worry about. In the process of me finally getting that strut out of the knuckle, I popped the axle out, and then I wasn't able to get it back into position basically. Like it was like so jammed up I couldn't do it, and I figured it out because I reached in there, I could feel like the inside of the shaft of the axle. I was like, no. So then after some messing around and a lot of swearing and a lot of negative energy and attitude, I finally got it in. And at that point I just decided like I gotta take this in for an alignment tomorrow to my boys at XS anyways. I'm literally just gonna get them to do this last one here just because I'm beat. It's official. It's 12:15. I'm tired. I've been sweating. My one hoodie I have is completely full of sweat because I was just trying to keep it so if I had to go on the ground so I wouldn't get so dirty, but it's soaked. This is my second shirt, and yeah, so I'm not afraid to admit defeat. I will do an update once we do the alignment and the other one and show how we're looking. I was going to do a winter wheel review on this one, but I think I might save that one for a couple weeks once my winter tires show up and everything. But yeah, I'll see you in the morning, and we'll see how the stance looks on this thing after that. Well, it's the next day, and guess what? We got some bad news. So when I popped the axle out, getting the strut out, I didn't realize that I actually ripped the axle seal that goes into the transmission. So when I put it back in, since there's an under tray there and everything, I didn't even notice a leak. And then, so I drove it this morning to XS just because I was going to get them to align it and then just finish off that last one since they can finish it off. I didn't want to deal with it. But yeah, then they messaged me right away saying like I had a pretty bad axle leak from the axle seal from when the axle popped out or whatever. So I'm not getting a car back today. Since it's Saturday, I probably won't be getting the car till Monday. It sucks that a $20 OEM Honda seal is causing this issue, but whatever. Now, the more that I talk to people about this job, apparently it's super common. So if I'd known that, I probably wouldn't have done this. I probably would have taken it to the shop because there's one thing I hate, it's wasting time. Money is whatever, like that's no big deal, especially if I could have just done it right the first time, I probably would, and I knew this was an issue, I would have just taken it there, but hindsight's 2020 obviously. So in the meantime, I pulled the Evo out because it's been a hot minute since I've driven it, and then that's all I can drive right now, and I got to be able to drive to work tomorrow. So it is now Thursday. I picked up the car from the shop on Tuesday, and everything's all good now. Everything's sick. It's lowered. I'll be posting a picture and like we'll do a little video pretty quick here. Well, don't mind how dirty it is, but the RSR springs have now, like, they've fully settled. There's like obviously a tiny bit. I got like 2 fingers, but it'll all get set. It'll all go away once I get a bigger tire on there. But this whole time was kind of a learning opportunity. If I just don't feel comfortable doing something, maybe you shouldn't do it. So like I said before, like when I was damaged an axle seal, I will post a picture of what the shop sent me here, of how bad it was. And then basically this whole thing of trying to attempt it by myself cost me basically like $720. And in that cost, there was the alignment, transmission fluid or drain and fill, install of the spring, ordering the seal kit and everything like that. And there was something else. Oh, and like obviously like having to rip apart my axle and everything to get that going, or to get that installed. But yeah, a very expensive mistake that would have been just cheaper and faster if I just left it alone and didn't attempt it. I was kind of I just didn't want to be beat by lowering springs. But then the more I looked up on the matter after like the things already happened, like the axle seal and everything else, I saw other people say that they had these issues and everything as well too. So if, like I said before, if I saw those, I wouldn't have even done it. I just would have done the rears and then brought the fronts in to get done. But you live and you learn. I was gonna do a wheel reveal on this episode as well for my winter setup, but I'm picking them up tomorrow, and this video is already gonna be probably longer than it really should be anyway. So I'm gonna do that and then put those on. We'll get that video up probably in the next week or so here, as everything's kind of slowing down at work, so I have time to catch up on stuff. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this one, and if you didn't, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video where we do finally get off these reps and on proper wheels. See ya.